Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Recently I took IELTS for the first time in my life and I got 8.5 for the speaking section. A lot of people ask me how I prepare for it. I want to be really honest with you. I didn't prepare it that much for IELTS. I simply just went through the sample questions listed on the homepage, to familiarize myself a little bit with the format. I think you will probably hear a lot of people telling you to, prepare some fixed answers to follow certain templates or formats for the speaking section. Uh, but personally, I'm not a big fan of that. I think not just else, but for any other standardized language test, uh, the speaking section is still like a conversation. So if you can already speak fluently and naturally, you don't really need to follow certain templates or prepare certain, fixed answers. Okay, so I think the real question is not how to prepare for the IELTS, but how to truly improve your speaking skills on a daily basis. Because I think the daily progress in language learning is far more important than cramming for exam. Okay, so in this video, I'd like to share with you what I do every day to improve my speaking skills. Let's get started. Okay, so a lot of people believe that in order to improve your speaking, you need to actually practice speaking every day, but it does not work that way. For me, the speaking does not come first, it comes last. Because if you don't have enough inputs, let's say reading or listening, then speaking practice may be super frustrating and also inefficient. Let's think about how those babies learn a language. They do not learn a language by speaking first. They learn a language by listening for thousands of hours of this targeted languages. And that's a natural way to master a language. So this might sound counterintuitive, but if you want to improve your speaking, you actually need to focus on the input, like the reading and listening first. And I don't think this applies only to English. This applies to any other foreign languages as well. So if you start by speaking too early, especially as a beginner, you will probably feel frustrated because you may struggle to find the right word. You don't know how to frame the sentence in this language in a natural way. And that's really because you don't have enough exposure yet. But once you've been exposed to the language for a long enough time, you start to pick up patterns naturally, and when you begin speaking after that, it feels much more natural. Okay, so let me introduce what I do for listening and reading. For listening part, I listen a lot. I listen to a lot of contents. I listen to audiobooks, to YouTube videos, and especially podcasts. I love listening to podcasts. Well, for me, I don't listen to contents that I'm not that interested in. I personally enjoy, psychology and sociology, so I consume a lot of related contents. So I think the key here is not to treat listening as a language learning, but to treat it as a way to get information, to make it something that you really enjoy. For me, while I listen, I don't try to understand every single word. I just let the language flow. Well, I think one of the benefits of listening is that you can listen whenever you want. Like for me, when I do the chores in my room or when I brush my teeth in the morning, I always play some podcasts in the background just to, get myself absorb the language a little bit. I think it's a really easy and efficient way to learn the language. Well, by the way, my favorite podcast of all time is called No Stupid Questions, and I strongly recommend all of you to listen to it. But as for the reading part, I consume tons of reading materials as well. I especially love reading books, fictions, non-fictions, all sorts of books. I purchase different kinds of books, reading in different languages every month. So, for example, recently I'm reading Animal Liberation now. in English, and this one, which is quite phenomenal, a bestseller recently, Let Them, written in Spanish, and this one, Yellow Face, written in French. So I think reading really helps speaking because you are learning different kinds of words. You are not just memorizing the vocabulary list, you are learning these words through context. So there is a better chance to know how to use them in real life. So a lot of people may think reading is frustrating. It takes a lot of energy and work because they need to constantly check the words they don't know in dictionary. But for me personally, whenever I come across some words I don't know, I don't immediately turn to dictionary. I just keep reading because I want to make the reading enjoyable and pleasant. Yeah, but I really believe in long-term commitment. Like if you stick with something for a long time, results will follow naturally. That applies to language as well. So if I had to summarize today's video in one sentence, that would be um, if you want to improve your speaking, build your listening and reading skills first. In the future, I want to help people build their real speaking ability, not just for IELTS, but for work, for life, for confidence. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you next time. Ciao, ciao.